Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'd like to welcome you all back to SFR, Sikh Feminist Research Institute's 2014 conference, Our Journeys to Know Is Not Enough. We will be starting this afternoon session with a panel, Praxis, Knowledge into Action. Just a quick reminder, these lively conversations and these in-depth introspection but also inspection of our communities can only happen with the generous support of our sevadars as well as through donations. Today we are fortunate that the Svand Network is doing a one-to-one match to all donations made, so you can make those online or in person. There's a table back there in the lobby. So if you donate $100, SFR will receive $200. So think of the impact that you can make to future scholars and many of the researchers that we have here. I would now like to turn it over to Dr. Singh, who will introduce our panel for this next session. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Glad you're all here. Hope you had a good lunch. Thanks once again, organizers, for really a terrific array of papers. I enjoyed myself tremendously this morning. Very, very inspirational. And it's still kind of, still goonj rahe hain mere kanna vich, you know. And the two papers that we heard, I mean, they were all fantastic. Memory, historiography, very important topics that we have overlooked, and how memory works and so forth. But the root of our social change lies in our codes, this honor that we heard, and the rituals. And there we came upon the doli. I mean, these are the practices that we have been performing for centuries, and we don't even know where they come from. You know, there is Punjabi culture, and then we have the Guru Granth Sahib. The Guru Granth Sahib is really everything for us. And that is our weapon, those are our tools. But then we kind of absorb all the patriarchy that has been there for centuries and add our own with coming of colonialism and so forth. And I think it's doing a lot of harm, and we really need to question what is ours and what are we absorbing from outside. Is it feudal Punjab, or is it really our Sikhi or the text that says that, the text we call the Guru? And those are very, very important questions. And honor, who perpetuates it, on whose body? Why are women the victims of all this honor? And how, for our own authenticity and our subjectivity, what do the gurus say? What does the text say? And what does our society say? And why have we absorbed that false consciousness? Aini karna, oni karna, something will happen, we'll be putting our parents into, bringing dishonor to them. And those are very important, really, issues that we need to think. And the root of our patriarchal perpetuation. And the other thing is rituals. They take place just for a few minutes. And yet, what they do, the way they codify us, the way they define society, who is credit, who is debit, and what is happening are those few minutes that take place. The doli may be short-lived, but where it comes from, what it does is really very, very powerful. And its force continues on. So that is how our gender roles are reinforced, and we need to look at them. And the papers today were absolutely brilliant, inspirational. Those are not something tangential, very central to what we are doing. So Praxis, panel Praxis, this is what we are, knowledge into action. So knowledge of what? That's not enough, but knowledge for what? For is very important. Not only what we know, but for what and how are we going to change. And there's a real symbiotic relationship between knowing and doing. So our epistemology is connected with our ontology of how we are, how our being is, and how we translate our knowledge into our being. And we have, what I'm seeing here is really a lot of energy, a lot of vision, and the talents to translate that knowledge into practice. So we have today 5 very wonderful speakers. We have Sangeeta Luthra, who is an anthropologist. She's coming from Santa Clara. We have Jaspreet Kaur, who has been in the discipline of cultural studies from Queen's University. We have Harpreet Kaur and Tina Sidhu, who are in education. And we have Susan, who is Susan Kaur Chahal in social work. So this is what we are going to hear. We'll have a wonderful array of papers, and we will then have some questions, and we'll go on and so forth. So thank you, and our panel. So we'll start out with Ms. Lu.